Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today?
Tommy Nation Politics.
Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema, who was credited by the bipartisan group for bringing the deal together, angered some in her party when she said that the $3.5 trillion price tag being floated for that larger reconciliation deal is too high. She doesn't support it, which ignited a strong response from House progressives. Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted, "Good luck tanking your own party's investment on child care, climate action, and infrastructure while presuming you'll survive a 3-vote House margin, especially after choosing to exclude members of color from negotiations and calling that a bipartisan accomplishment." Representative Pramila Jayapal, chair of the 96-member Congressional Progressive Caucus, also let it be known that she and her colleagues are not guaranteed to vote for the bipartisan deal unless their priorities are sufficiently funded in the reconciliation bill. Joining us now is Washington Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, which will have a big role in deciding what kind of infrastructure deal can pass the House. Congresswoman, good to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Great to see you, Ali.
Let's talk about your hesitation about this bill. Has it got anything to do with what's in this bill? Because we don't really know enough about what's in the bipartisan bill, or is it all about not trimming stuff off of the other bill that you are more focused on?
Well, as I said in my statement, we don't know what's in the bipartisan bill. So we have to see it. We have to make sure that we agree with the provisions that are in the bipartisan bill. And we have to make sure that the reconciliation bill is passed before we will vote on a bipartisan deal. This is something we've said for 3 months, and it's not just progressives. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said the same thing. Chuck Schumer has said the same thing. The reality is these two bills have to move together, because the core of what Jared Bernstein was just talking about with you is that we need to make significant investments in the health and well-being of the American people. Coming out of the COVID times, but even before that, Ali, we had a situation where the wealthiest and the rich do just great in America, but everybody else does not see the opportunity for them to advance in their generation. Not just their generation, not just 2 generations, but in 3 generations, people don't see economic growth. So that's why the reconciliation plan is so important, with investments in housing and free community college, in childcare, in paid leave, in Medicare expansion, and of course, in saving the planet and protecting immigrants who have been at the forefront of protecting us during COVID.
So let's talk about, we don't know what's in the bipartisan bill. Obviously, the much larger reconciliation bill, we have fewer details. Are you, I heard you say you want to see that reconciliation bill done before. Do you mean literally before, or do you mean in conjunction with or approximately at the same time?
No, we really need to see the reconciliation bill passed in the Senate before we can advance the bipartisan deal. And the reason is because it is very important that all 50 Democrats, including those who negotiated the bipartisan deal, understand that this is a twofer. You kill one, and I remember Joe Manchin saying this a week or 2 ago about the bipartisan deal. He was saying, if you kill the bipartisan deal, then the whole thing is off. Well, we got a message too.
Hey everybody, it's your progressive lefty here, Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today? So, I'm good. Sorry, I'm out of character here. Cause I'm so immersed in some news, guys. We've got all of this news going on. We've got like different sides of the spectrum here arguing about this bipartisan infrastructure bill. Now, I don't know if the Republicans even know that, because Mitch McConnell doesn't want the other bill. But apparently all 50 of the Democrats in the House and the Senate, they think that there's going to be 2 bills that Joe Biden's going to sign on his desk. The Republicans literally have said no 1,000,000 times to that. So I don't really know what the fuck's happening. But
So did Joe Manchin.
Yes. Oh my God. Plus,
And Kristen Cinema.
see, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, by the way, guys, I have a guest, Stephanie Smith.
Oh,
She's
sorry, I didn't
she's
interrupt you.
no, you're fine. Yeah. So like, I need you, Stephanie, because like progressives, we're supposed to progress. I feel like we're progressing because like, here's Bernie Sanders, here's AOC. They're literally taking a page out of Joe Manchin, the most powerful senator in the world's book. Yeah, finally. You see what happens when you have power and you got to use it. I think that's the lesson, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, here's a response from Bernie Sanders when it comes to this infrastructure bill. Let's see what he has to say here.
Oh, my man.
Bernie. Jeez Louise, it's not even close to big enough.
The progressive grandpa.
Seeing none, without objection,
President,
Senator from Arkansas.
I call up my amendment number 3680 and ask that it be
Is that your
reported by
senator from
number.
Arkansas?
Clerk will report.
Who's that?
The senator from Arkansas, Mr. Cotton,
Cotton.
proposes an amendment
I'm Cotton.
number 3680.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Mr. President,
His
Senator
face
from
does
Arkansas.
look fucking punchable.
growing up,
I'm not
I was
gonna lie to you.
taught, as I suspect most of you were,
Being an
that America
living
is a
Arkansas.
great and noble nation.
Hey, let's see what
In
he has to
large part
say.
because, as Lincoln put it, it's dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Oh, he's gonna founding
Our
father.
rights have no
Nice.
color.
Aw, fuck
Our law
me.
and society should be colorblind, and as Dr. Martin Luther King said,
As Dr.
we
Martin
should
Luther
all be
King said,
judged we should not be
Come
judged
on,
by
you
the
know they
color
do
of
that
our
all the
skin,
time.
but by the content of our character. Sadly, today, some want to replace our founding principles with an un-American ideology called critical race theory. They want to teach our children that America is not a nation,
Isn't
but a
even
racist
real.
nation. Those teachings are wrong, and our tax dollars should not support them. My amendment will ensure that federal funds aren't used to indoctrinate kids as young as pre-K to hate America. Our future depends on the next generation of kids loving America and loving each other as fellow citizens, no matter their race. I urge my colleagues to vote yes on the amendment.
Mr. President,
Senator from Washington.
Mr. President, Senate's not in order.
none of you are fucking in
Senator-
order, honestly.
God, I seriously hate Tom Cotton with passion.
Why do you hate Tom Cotton with a passion?
Because he is like really one of the most corrupt senators in the United States, and he
I mean-
just happens to be a senator here in Arkansas.
How could you quantify that? They're all corrupt as fuck. That's the thing is, they come out. I would like to quote Jesus. I would like to quote Jesus Christ. He said, let there be light. And then I'd like to quote Martin Luther King. He said, nobody has color. And then like, this is a racist bill. Where's the money for my donors?
Critical race theory.
Tell me about that. Do you know
God.
anything about that? Do you know anything about that? Because I'm trying to figure it out. What the fuck
It
is
has
critical
been-
race theory?
It is a made up
What is it?
theory
About what?
from the right.
Okay. So
Like,
what are
it's
they trying to
not
say? What are they trying to say? What is the deal?
That is, it doesn't exist. It's a myth. Critical race theory is not being taught or anything.
So as far as I can tell, like it says that like Trump described this on the debate. He was like, it makes the white people the bad guys, and then they're inherently bad because they're white. Which if that's true, that's not good because white people are not inherently bad. It's the
No.
decision, it's the choices that we make that make us bad people. Like
Yes.
your skin color doesn't. But I just think it's funny they're always quoting Martin Luther King, even though they don't give a shit about Martin Luther King or us.
That pissed me off right there.
I mean, it's fun.
That
Welcome to politics. They say mindless shit all the time that they don't ever mean. But for some reason, these partisans, they eat it up. So here's the deal. Here's the deal, buddy. Look fat. We're Democratic Caucus. So Stephanie, here's what I'm reading. So not only is nothing progressive in this infrastructure bill, but as you just heard in the first video, none of us know what's really in the bill. Not even the senators do, because the bill keeps changing. And then, like, the Republicans and the Democrats seem to have an entirely different idea about what's going to happen. Joe Biden thinks there's going to be two bills on his desk. Mitch McConnell says there's going to be one bill on his desk, and that's going to be the infrastructure bill. And I think, you know what? I think they're going to wait to see. I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to wait till after the midterms to actually
Yeah.
fucking do that. Because I think that's what Mitch McConnell's waiting for. That's what Mitch McConnell's waiting for.
No, Mitch McConnell is waiting to trying to, I'm sure, find some way to block it. He has been quoted saying that any bill, sent to the Senate from Democrats will be flat out a non-starter. No, I mean, he literally said he would block Democrat bills.
Well, I mean, he did until, I mean, the whole reason he said that was because, like, they've been robbing us together hand in hand during the COVID pandemic. They did those stimulus bills, which they gave us a little chump change, and then they funneled the rest of their donors, right? So
Considering
it pissed them off that
the
the Democrats did the American Rescue Plan without them. Well, check this out.
Would not be here today were it not for the leadership of our President, Joe Biden. You were determined to bring all sides together and to deliver real results for the people of our nation. This bill that passed the Senate today gives people what they need to get where they need to go. And it will do that while also creating millions of good union jobs for our nation's workers.
Think about what's going to happen in a practical sense. Clogged arteries at the heart of our economy, they're going to be opened up. I want to thank a group of senators, Democrats and Republicans, for doing what they told me they would do. The death of this legislation was mildly premature, as reported. They said they're willing to work in a bipartisan manner, and I want to thank them for keeping their word. That's just what they did. After years and years of infrastructure week, we're on the cusp of an infrastructure decade that I truly believe will transform America. For the Republicans who supported this bill, you showed a lot of courage. And I want to personally thank you for that. And I've called most of you on the phone to do just that. You have, and no doubt you will, disagree with me on many issues. But where we can agree, we should. And here on this bill, we prove that we can still come together to do big things, important things for the American people. We prove that democracy can still work. A lot more work to do. But I want to thank Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell for supporting this bill. And I want to give special thanks to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Your leadership, Chuck, in the Senate was masterful.
Are you concerned that are you confident that you have the support of all the Democrats on board to get this $3.5 trillion package through? I keep asking you that.
I know you're dear. My mother would say, God love you, dear. Look, it's the exact same plan I ran on. We'll see. I continue to be an optimist. As I told you, I was once referred to by a doc as a congenital optimist. I think we will get enough Democrats to vote for it. And I think that the House will eventually put two bills on my desk, one on infrastructure and one on reconciliation. Thank you.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden thinks that he's going to get two bills on his desk. We've got Mitch McConnell saying that we're going to get one bill on his desk. We've got Joe Manchin saying he's not going to vote for it unless the Republicans are okay with it. We had Tuesday, 19 Republicans followed suit with the blessing of Mitch McConnell to pass this infrastructure bill, 60-39 in the Senate. So it's on like Donkey Kong. Then we have the progressives saying that they're not going to vote for it. They're pulling a Joe Manchin. So any guys that are anybody who really thinks they know exactly what's going to happen, let me just put it this way. We don't. Because, in fact, this is the first time progressives have ever had any fucking balls. Okay, so let me just tell you this right now, guys. I'm always on AOC and Bernie's ass because they represent me and my values. So here is my time to you, so you know that I'm a progressive. I'm not a fake lefty. I want to applaud AOC. I want to applaud Bernie Sanders for having some balls, growing some balls, and doing what you should have done in the first fucking place. Because Joe Manchin doesn't have all this power because he's magic. He has it because he's willing to use the power he has. You play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Progressives, I think we're finally starting to learn that. Here from the Common Dreams, guys, we've got bipartisan infrastructure bill rebuked for funding false climate solutions. Funding false climate. Let's see, Brett Wilkins, and he's a progressive. Common Dreams, guys. This is today, as the U.S. Senate voted Tuesday to approve a $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. Progressive lawmakers and advocacy groups denounced the measure for funding false solutions. Joe Biden, false solutions? No, he's not a liar. Well, instead of facing the climate crisis, the Senate has chosen to invest billions into propping up the fossil fuel industry. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Oh, no, you know the thing. Look, buddy. The Senate voted 69-30, like I said, with 19 Republicans joining, since Mitch McConnell's on this shit. Mitch, do you believe Joe Biden? Joe Biden's a liar. You know that, right? What's going on here? Things are weird happening, guys. We've got progressives growing balls. And Andrew Cuomo stepped down, the biggest narcissist in the world. Things are happening behind the scenes. Okay, AOC kept saying that things were happening behind the scenes. This is the first time I actually fucking believe her. Because things must be. How in the fuck did you get a narcissist like Andrew Cuomo to resign? And how did you get fucking Jamal Bowman to grow some balls? God damn it, what's going on here? Whatever it is, thank you, Jesus. All right, so we got Monday's publication, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, whose findings said the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the code red for humanity. You see, guys, it's hot outside. Might be climate change. Might be us polluting the earth and the fossil fuel industry, polluting our oceans, our food, our water. It could be the puppets of the rich cutting corners, poisoning our water with our lead pipes. Kicking the can down the road. So far down the road, there's no more fucking road left. Could be that. No, what? It's Joe Manchin? It's Trump? No. Okay. Well, to that end, Senator Bernie Sanders said, as he joined Chuck Schumer on the Monday meeting, introducing a 3.5 budget resolution. So that's the proof in the pudding as far as the two bills that the Democrats want to put on Joe Biden's desk. They're all fucking set for it. Joe Biden, after Mitch McConnell, he said that to the press. I want two bills. Mitch McConnell was like, no, you liar. You said this would be the one bill. I don't know what's going on with Mitch McConnell because now he's not saying anything. You know he's lying to you, Mitch. You're not stupid, right? He wants two bills. He just said it again. So I think that's what he wants because Nancy Pelosi wants it. And Nancy Pelosi is not as polite as Joe Biden. She'll just openly say, I want two bills and I'm not going to fucking pass your bill unless you pass my fucking bill. In fact, people could literally die before Nancy Pelosi does anything that goes against what she wants, as we've already seen in the last COVID pandemic. She literally lost the HEROES Act because Donald Trump got on Twitter and asked for a stimulus. She's like, no, fuck you all then. Burn in hell. Nancy Pelosi's a savage, bro. She says two bills, bro. She says two bills. Joe says two bills. AOC says, I'm finally going some balls. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. This is war. It's all-out war. Got to make sure we're being free-thinking, innovative, and totally open-minded. Also, the chat's open, guys. And there's a Tommy Nation Tuesday live stream with me and Stephanie and Indie Leftist News Media. We're going to be bringing the news to you as per usual. We're also going with our lefty flares, and we're also going to be talking about the American dream and why you have to be asleep to believe it. I don't know if you've gotten the fucking jig, guys, but basically the thing is, everything these politicians say, the opposite's true. So I'm going to bring back Stephanie after I fit. That's my monologue there. But Stephanie, do you have anything to say about that? What I just said? Were you listening?
Yes, I was listening. Another thing about the environmental,
Yeah.
The infrastructure, we're destroying how many animal habitats?
Yes.
I mean, literally across the street, I saw them rip a tree out of the ground by the roots, and I fell to my knees and cried.
Well, they got to build more houses. because people have to foreclose on those houses so Wall Street can get money.
Oh yeah, but no, this is just a museum.
A museum?
Yes.
I don't know. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's been being built since 2020, and it'll be finished in 2022. It's
What's it a
right
museum
across
of?
the street from me.
What's it a museum of? Museum of what?
Arkansas. Oh, it's a museum of the founder of Little Rock, who is a piece of shit because he was the one the Quapaw Indians resided here.
Yeah, I know.
And, they're celebrating a person named a park after him that did horrible shit, and they gave the Quapaw Indians one little building called the Quapaw Fair. Other than that, and Little Rock only has 0.4% Native Americans.
Hey, is Little Rock the town where Timothy McVeigh tried to bomb the federal building? Was that it? The federal building. Remember Timothy McVeigh, the Unabomber? Anybody in the chat? Check in on that.
Yeah. What now?
I thought I saw. Well, so I went for a basketball tournament because I played basketball in high school. Our varsity played the Oklahoma City Storm. Oh, so it was Oklahoma. My bad. It was Oklahoma. Anyway, yeah, it was like Timothy McVeigh. They literally have a museum there where like the last words of everybody's recorded because how like the federal building, like everything's recorded. They're always on the phones and shit like that. So they have like messages of people like calling their moms. I'm fucking burning. Yeah, bro. Those that's right wing terrorism right there. Not the insurrection. I'm just saying, like putting it in perspective.
God.
What do you think about the insurrection? Just not to off tangent, I know, but what do you think?
Do you want me to really?
I mean, I do. That's why I asked.
I feel all those people need to be put in straitjackets, or
but not prison.
drop on an island somewhere all by themselves and let them try to do with each other.
Now, Stephanie, that's no way to talk about our brothers, our countrymen. Come on. And anything these guys have done, Nancy Pelosi's done worse. Torture, surveillance.
But she didn't drag a Capitol police officer down the Capitol steps by his helmet, crushing his head. And she did not crush another Capitol police officer between two doors while trying to rip his mask off, or beating a cop with an American flag pole.
I'm glad you brought up cops. But also, how do you know Nancy Pelosi didn't fucking do that? Because who knows? I know she has stolen Hitler art in her fucking warehouse where she fucking goes to look. You know that she does. She's so rich from the funding all the wealth with the donors. She goes into a warehouse. You ever see Lord of War? With all the stolen paintings of people. I know she has. When people are that rich, they've got some kind of habit that they don't want anyone to know about. She probably collects art from Hitler. I don't know.
She is disgusting, and I thoroughly despise her and truly feel we need younger people with fresh ideas.
I agree.
Because we have senators that are in their late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
They're all from the Iraq War. They're all from the surveillance state, police state. Like, literally, the things that they've done. So that's just my argument for you. But it's not like, honestly, they didn't do anything. They broke some windows. We really need an investigation on this? Really, for real? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Really don't give a fuck. What?
Plus, they got away with... Because they're being called patriots.
Okay, so that's what you're mad about. Okay. That's honest. Okay, so that helps me understand where you're coming from. I got you.
And I don't want to ever hear any of those assholes say Blue Lives Matter again.
Wow. Blue Lives... I'm just going to tell you, I'm consistent on the fact that I think that all cops are not only bad, but they are nothing but monster drinking, no-dose crunching, meathead bitch ass cucks. And they should literally all be in jail.
They only go to school.
That includes the Capitol Police, by the way, liberals. But go ahead.
Regular cops only go to school. Only have to go to school for 6 months to get a badge and a gun and a license to kill.
Yeah, because they're dumb. So they can only do 6 months. Really, make their head explode to do any more. These meatheads who literally get off on beating people. It's really what they do because they can't learn anything. So they get their emotional education from beating people and against their will, and then having a badge and going to court. That's why they show up in court for speeding tickets. Who the fuck has time for that? Nobody. Nobody who's doing anything, constructive. Anyway.
No, like I said, sadly.
I really wanted some pushback on that, Stephanie, but you didn't even give me any.
What?
I said I really wanted some pushback on that, but you didn't even give me any. So I'm right. They are knuckle dragging, monster drinking, no-dose crunching meatheads, right? We agree?
We agree.
Okay, cool.
I still think they need straight jackets.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I give you that. See, look, guys, we just met in the middle. Okay, so here we go. This is what Lily, what's her name, from the mayor of Chicago. She had some cops turn their backs on her.
I saw that.
Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Okay.
Obviously, everyone was emotional. You spoke to that. It's an impossibly difficult situation at the hospital Saturday night. But is there ever an instance in which men and women who are sworn to protect the city should turn their back on the mayor of the city of Chicago? What about respect for the office? Not just respect for you personally.
Look, I think that's a bigger question. And I appreciate your point. It's not about me. We are living in a time where people don't respect each other. Someone said this to me the other day. Their fear that we've lost our empathy for one another. That we've lost not just the people that are the shooters that seem to have absolutely no regard for the sanctity of life. That is really hard to fathom. I thought a lot about what were the circumstances that led that young man to pull out a gun and shoot to kill uniformed officers, for the Lord's sake. It's hard to wrap your mind around those kind of individual decisions, but we're seeing it every day. But larger than that is this moment where people feel like it is their right to spew hatred at everyone that they don't agree with or make fun and mock, usually anonymously and cowardly, from social media. Not confronting somebody directly and talking to them, but using the power of the pen and the keyboard to just spew unbelievable hate. So this is a larger question than what may have happened with 10 or 15 officers on Saturday night. It's why do we think it is okay for people to engage in such nasty, vicious talk, orally or worse, on social media, and then have it repeated by media as if it is fact and true. I've said this before. I think the media plays a very important role in our democracy. But you lose me when it's a race to the bottom and it's all about the fight and it's all about the conflict. I got to tell you, some of the reporting I've seen this week is just sickening. We all need to ask ourselves what we can do better to show our people everywhere that we have the capacity to be human beings again. There's a woman who died earlier this summer, and I had the privilege of speaking at her funeral. I talked to several of her friends to get some better insights on her. One who'd done tremendous things to contribute to her community, the Chinatown community notably. She's on her deathbed. She knows her days, and maybe her moments are numbered. But still, she had one wish and aspiration for us, which is that as Chicagoans, we learn to love each other and fall back in love with each other more deeply and stronger than ever.
I could fall in love with you, baby.
Man, did she speak some truth?
I mean, I'd agree with a lot of what she said. She did say a lot of really true things. But you know what? I actually wrote down some of her questions that she had. Well, people don't respect each other. I don't know why that is. Didn't she get a haircut when everybody was locked down? I wonder why. Maybe that's the reason. So I could literally answer some of your questions. This is Mayor. She had another question. Lost empathy for. Well, you guys funnel money to the rich, and you don't give a shit about us. So maybe they learned it from you. Okay. So the sanctity of life. Who let people sleep in tent cities during a pandemic? Was that your party? Okay, so that's the next question. So I think that all of the questions that she's saying, which I completely concur with you, Mayor. I agree. But I think it starts from you. I think it starts with you and your party. I think y'all did this. I just want to let you know. Maybe they don't know that they did. But I'm pretty sure
they're not dumb.
that every single problem that we're facing, every single attitude change that's happened in our country has literally been from these people. So it's kind of funny to hear them complain about it.
They're not. They're not.
They're not idiots.
Oh,
They like to pretend to be.
Wait.
Oh, what? I don't know this guy. Oh, the politicians. The politicians.
Oh,
Yeah. What were you talking about? Now I want to know.
I thought you were talking about the insurrections.
Oh no, I was off that. We agreed. We agreed. We met in the middle of that. You said they should be in straitjackets, and I said the cops are knuckle dragging, monster drinking, no dose chewing meatheads, and that's life.
But I wanted to mention, you know, when the cops gave their testimony during the first day of the committee trial.
Yeah.
Republicans are now calling them. They're disparaging them. They're saying that it's all theatrics. They're overreacting. I mean, these goddamn guys are fucking heroes. That Fanon got a vicious voicemail risking his life. You know, I mean, it's terrible. Are destroying.
It's not just the Republicans. It's not just the Republicans. But. So I have to push back on this though, and I'm glad because I really want to talk about this. And I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
I'm not a Democrat either. Don't trust me.
Okay, the cancel culture. That is ruining our country. That's literally led to people. The liberals, they don't even want to have conversations anymore. They just want to let you know Trump is bad, and you can't say anything bad about Joe Biden. Otherwise, that's not polite, and you get canceled for that stuff. Then they pick stuff out like you know what I'm talking about. Like they pick stuff out like you misgendered somebody. They're not angry about that. They're angry at the fact that you insulted their party leader, and then guess what? That automatically means to them that you were helping the other party leader. These people are only two-track minded. So I say on both sides, honestly. It's not just the Republicans destroying America. It's both sides. Definitely.
I blame the DNC. I blame the DNC for Trump being elected president.
Yes, I blame Barack Obama for Trump being elected president. If Barack Obama didn't expand the surveillance state and wasn't caught with his pants down by Edward Snowden surveilling us, he probably would have had Hillary be president. Hillary probably would have been president. She knows it too. That's why she was on Comey. She blamed the deep state. Yeah, because of a whistleblower that told the truth about what they were doing.
Do you believe in the deep state?
Yes, they are the deep state. Yes, they are. They're still here. They're still here. They're still here. They're still here.
It makes sense.
They are the deep state.
Considering the founding fathers were, you know.
I mean, it's just a fact. They're still here. And Barack Obama's gone. They're still here. And then they weren't elected. But yet John Brennan is sitting right next to Rachel Maddow telling her to say things like Russiagate. So right next to her. They get him on as a fucking correspondent, the CIA director. These people literally get the CIA director on their television program, right next to their propagandist, and spit out all of this shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's all coming down from these parties.
And people believe it. People believe this. Will believe anything. People. Okay, we Bernie supporters got attacked for being
correct.
Sheeple.
Bernie bros. How do you feel about being called a Bernie bro? How do you feel about that?
About being a Bernie crowd?
Someone said you were a Bernie bro. Are you a Bernie bro? You're a Bernie bro.
I fucking love Bernie Sanders. I mean,
well, that's not right because only white men love Bernie Sanders. So
he let me down. He's let people down some, but he's done what he started in 2016. The position he has now in Congress is what he originally set out to do in 2016. If Hillary would have won, that was supposed to be the deal. So he is actually where he wanted to be.
The budget committee?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yes, that's why all the Republicans were so scared of him.
They were more scared of Neera Tanden, the psychopath. I think. Don't you think so? I mean, I'm scared of Neera Tanden. I don't want to mention her name again. My bad. Neera, I'm okay. I'm sorry. My bad, Neera. Please don't put a spell on me. American, think progress, right? Think progress. Every time they say think progress, it's the opposite. So that's the game is. Everything they say is the exact opposite thing. That's what I learned. That's what I learned with Barack Obama. Every time he said, let me be clear, he was going to lie. That's what I learned. Every time Trump said tremendous, it wasn't tremendous. Every time they say something like that, it's the exact opposite of what it is. Just so you know.
Yep. Ralph Nader actually called Barack Obama's pretty much everything that he did. He called it. He said that
He did.
Would be his Vietnam, and that he has no backbone.
He didn't. He said he was going to end the war. Then he did a surge in Afghanistan. Remember that? The guy was a fucking mess. He was a literal weak ass bitch. And then he fined my ass for having healthcare. So anyway, the moral of the story is I don't want to keep railing on that because it does really hurt. It does really hurt the guy you voted for and thought it was going to change. Find your ass for not having healthcare. Like that hurts me still to this day that I was that stupid. But the sad part is a lot of people still are. But also, it's giving me a lot of enlightenment. We have to work together for the common good. They're not going to help us. We got to do this. We got to do this ourselves. We got to. Yep. They were trying to bring up the gun control debate, and the mass shootings. These politicians don't want to help us. Even if gun control was a valid solution, you asking Kamala Harris, the woman who laughs about the border, about gun control, you think she's going to help you? You think she's going to give you good policies on gun control? She's not. She's not interested in that stuff. She's only interested in funneling money to their donors. Go ahead.
With her history?
I mean, she's not interested.
Hillary.
They're not interested, guys. They're going to use your little fucking ask to funnel the wealth to their donors. So I learned that. And so please stop asking them for things. At this point, I do feel bad for the Republicans because they kind of got it right. Big government, as it exists right now, is bad because it's not a government that works for all of us. It's a government that works for the few, the 1%. So if we're going to have that, we might as well have a fucking anarchy. We might as well have it. It's better than a totalitarian, authoritarian state to me.
I'm not against anarchy, trust me.
I mean, I literally. And these politicians would be nicer if we were in anarchy. Because then they'd be getting hung and shit. Just like the old days. They were a lot nicer back in the old days when they were getting lynched. But anyway.
Really quick, what's really scary about shit, I'll turn it off.
Oh my god. Go ahead.
Repeat what you just said.
Oh fuck. Okay, now you got me. Okay. I can't do that. Look, Fat. It was kind of hard.
You felt bad. Okay, you felt bad for Republicans.
Yeah. Because literally, the Biden administration is literally showing that the big government's bad. Like, if this was an example that the Republicans could actually give us that big government's bad, Joe Biden is the example personified of how big government's bad. He's a dementia-riddled old man letting Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos do whatever they want. And in return, they fucking block all the Hunter Biden shit. Nobody ever hears about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's busy, guys. He's been fucking paying prostitutes with Joe Biden's credit card. He's literally been... if this was Barack Obama, if this was any other president, like literally, guys, this would be fucking crazy. How in the fuck does this guy get around? He's going to fucking Sri Lanka, China, and all he wants is $8,000 prostitutes. Bitch, get a $50 prostitute, put a wig on her. What the fuck's wrong with you? This guy's paying too much for prostitutes, too. Andrew Cuomo, talk to Hunter. God damn it. But anyway, guys.
I know where we're going. Gun control.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything about gun control.
Yeah, they don't.
They know America will definitely rise up against that. I mean, that's just...
I'll rise up against them because they literally don't want it. They don't want it for the reasons you want it. They want it for other reasons. So that's where we're at. That's why we got to work together for the common good. You know, the funny part, I was talking about this to a Democrat. She was like, the Constitution didn't mean us, being all men are created equal and, blacks and women. I was like, yes, but isn't that the ironic part that we could literally together make the Constitution, make the promise of America actually mean something, actually mean what it was written.
Have a representative of each, race, culture, and have a representative, and them be equal, and they all, can decide what needs to happen.
I'm done with these guys. I think we should literally change the Constitution to outlaw political parties. I think we need to have a constitutional amendment on that. But
I'm not going to get a third party. There's just no way.
Yeah, there's no way. Because the Democrats and Republicans work together to take them off the ballots. The Libertarians and the Green parties. They literally sue them in courts, take them off the ballots. They do dirty, horrible, underhanded things because they're gang banging, bandwagon mentality. They're no better than the Bloods and the Crips, the Democrats and Republicans. Anybody who follows these guys are gangbangers too.
They are the same side of the flip side of the same coin, to be honest.
I couldn't have put it better myself, Stephanie. Well, guys, join us on Tuesday live stream, and please be free-thinking, innovative, totally open-minded. Any dream will do. August 17th, 2021, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye, guys. I promise I won't
interrupt as much.
You can interrupt all you want. You're probably helping me because I'm saying things that are going to definitely put me in a concentration camp or a social